Hey there, it's Linda Cromar. I'm coming to you from my home office in Colorado. We're going to talk today about what is prosperity and how do you achieve it. First off, let's make sure that we know that it does not mean necessarily rich. Prosperity is used in a lot of different concepts, but most people use it in the concept of what is, the amount of money necessary to be comfortable and not worried. At least that's how I look at it. Comfortable and not worried. I'm already there because that doesn't mean rich, right? That doesn't mean you don't have other goals. That doesn't mean you aren't going to go further than that. But it means that you're not at that desperate, poor time when you can't find two pennies to rub together. That's what I believe prosperity is. And it's actually also achieved when you have a certain mindset. Mindset really does make a difference. I have found that to be true because I have found out that I can manifest both directions. I'm particularly good at manifesting poor, but to manifest rich means a whole different mindset, different than what you've ever had before. If you've never been rich or you've never had prosperity in your life, then you need to change how you look at things so that your life is better. And here's another key ingredient that I think a lot of people miss, but it's very important, and that is gratitude. When you can get to a place where you're not looking at yourself as a victim and you're grateful for everything that happens, good or bad, sometimes the bad brings things that you didn't expect. Things that help you grow. For instance, in my case with my husband, he had a good income. He was a good provider all of his life until he couldn't do it anymore. He basically got to a place where his dementia had started to manifest enough that his boss didn't want him there anymore. He wasn't very kind about it. He walked him out like he was a thief. But the thing is that we got very comfortable and we were prosperous even though we weren't rich. A lot of people that are in middle class, what they call middle class, are actually prosperous. What creates poorness is actually a mindset more than the amount of money you might have in your bank account or what kinds of things you possess. At least that's how I look at it. When you're poor, you're always looking like you feel like you have nothing. And that can be changed almost immediately by how you look at things. That doesn't mean your money situation changes right away. You have to get in that pattern of thinking for a period of time before it begins to change. I have noticed that generally speaking, if I need to change something in my mind and my patterns of thinking, in order to change my actual reality of what my finances or my life looks like, it takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months and sometimes even longer. It's a matter of changing the mind to the point where you are believing that you can have more, and then it starts to manifest. Now, that doesn't mean it's magic. There is always action steps involved, but your mindset makes a difference too. One of the things my son pointed out to me, which I didn't really realize, is I was for a long time in a chorus called Skyline Chorus. It still exists. It's a Sweet Adeline chorus, which means barbershop for women, 4-part harmony, no accompaniment generally. And it was a very enjoyable, fun experience. And my particular chorus was regularly on what they called the international contest scene. We would win our regionals and we would be able to go to the contest. Well, then once we got to the contest in the international, we were now among people that had at least the same level we did or higher. So we needed to push ourselves way beyond what we had ever done before. There was one year, 2004, when we really did that. We were in the right mindset and we absolutely did it. and we came really close to winning the entire contest. We got second place. But I have noticed, even especially since I left the chorus, and not that that means anything that I left the chorus, but that they really haven't achieved the mindset to be the international winners. They certainly have all of the tools with their voices, the amount of membership that can do the job, and they are really exciting to watch, but they still don't believe. My son was talking about that he was in the marching band called Blue Knights in Colorado, and they're a performing marching band that goes to competitions all through the summer. You might have heard of them. He was involved with that while he was in high school. And they had the same thing. They were some of the very best. They always stayed in the top 10, but they never won a contest. And I think that can happen in your life as well. You can be almost on the edge of where you want to be, but not quite there because of the way you look at things. And I have really been working on my mindset because I can see the difference. And all of a sudden, things are starting to pop in my life without having to work so hard. In fact, probably I'm working a whole lot less than I used to because my mindset is different and things are happening like crazy. Also having a good, healthy mindset about investment. There are times when it is important to invest various different amounts of time and money in your business. For instance, in our business, we have what's called GPS, Guaranteed Paid Signups, which means our company goes through the process of getting them to the point where they're ready to sign up at one level or another. And because we're paying for those, we get a certain amount of those put in our own downline. And all we have to do is contact them. Well, I'm starting to get some fairly high quality people involved with my business because I decided to invest in that. And it's really exciting. Actually takes less effort on my part to build my team because I'm doing this. Not that you can just let them be put in there and do nothing. You absolutely have to spend time and effort helping them get started right so that they will stay, because it's not enough for someone to join you in your business. They have to stay. And you want to have all of your team continue to grow, and that is how you create what's called a network marketing empire. You can do that. But you have to start out with the correct mindset, meaning that you know that you are on the right track, you have the right tools, you simply take the right action, and then you have kind of almost not exactly nonchalant, but just a knowing that it is happening for you. It's not a wish. It's not a begging situation. It's just knowing. And that's what using the GPS has done for me. I know that the hard part has already been done. They've already joined me. All I have to do is welcome them in, give them a guided tour, show them where to go, show them how to get started, show them how to start making money themselves. Because that is the goal, right? It's not enough that they buy. They have to decide that they want to be part of the team. They want to take the same action. And one thing that's important to understand, regardless of where you are in your finances at this time, people will follow what you do. If you aren't doing absolutely all of what you tell them they need to do, they won't do it. And you need to be doing it at a higher level probably than they probably will. At first, there'll be a lot of newbies that won't do a lot. And then eventually, if you keep your mindset going in the right direction, they will start joining you in larger and higher quality caliber people that will do the work. And that is how you build that prosperity in your business. Prosperity is an ongoing thing too. It's not just a one-time thing. You're there and that's done. You have to maintain it and you have to build it. So that's just my thoughts. You might have other thoughts, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love it if you like, comment, and share. And also, if you would like to learn how I'm building my business without working so hard, you might want to talk to me. Bye for now.